Hey everybody, there is some news that dropped that I thought you would be pretty interested in. And it was a user over here named ABC that made a post in the PS5 research and development Discord server, and they stated, "We are happy to release the Lapse exploit. It works on a PlayStation 4 all the way up to 10.02 or the PlayStation 5 at 10.01. And don't worry, I made a little Google slide today that might make this a little bit easier to understand. Now, there is a few things they did want to let us know about, and one of those was that this is currently only working on a PS4 8.0 at this time. Now, just like we know with most all of our jailbreaks, what happens is that we're missing offsets, and then the community can usually fill those in. So you won't be able to give this a shot unless you are on a PS4 8.0. Now, again, it did state here that other firmwares must be ported, and then it states that kernel read write must be ported to the PlayStation 5. So again, you couldn't do anything at the moment with this on a PlayStation 5. And then finally, it is not going to have anything to do with a hypervisor exploit. And down here it does say contributions for porting are welcome. We won't accept chaining with any hypervisor exploit. We'll leave the PS5 exploit chain to forkers. Our repo will only demo the kernel read write. Okay, so this is only going to be the kernel exploit, and basically they're not going to chain this with any of the userland exploits, but other folks can do that. Now, you can go ahead and download this today if you would like to. And I'm just going to go ahead and get that downloaded. And so once you take a look inside the zip file, you'll have a readme.md file, which looks like this, which gives a little bit information about PS3 version 1.50, which is what they used. And it does state right here for the exploits in the source folder, there is ps3.mjs, and then the lapse is inside of source and then scripts. There is a donation link and a little bit more information, and it does say credits to Anonymous for the PS4 firmware kernel dumps. Okay, we can also see that there is a firmware series convention, which it is a convention used by this repo to refer to a set of firmwares. So there's some examples down there at the very bottom. There is a change log, and then inside of source is where the server files are at. So again, all you need to do with all of these files right here is just self-host them, or you could put them on a GitHub pages or something like that, which I'm sure by now probably somebody has done that. But that is all that you would need to get started with it. And again, do keep in mind, you do need a PS4 on 8.0. Okay, so maybe this table will help a bit with this jailbreak. So we have two systems here. We have a PS4 and a PS5. And that for our current state of WebKit for the PlayStation 4, it goes all the way up to 9.60. Now, with this, we can see that for the PlayStation 5 on WebKit, it goes up to 5.50. Now, for BDJB, obviously, it's really not applicable there for the PlayStation 4, but for the PlayStation 5, you can jailbreak with a 6.x as well as a 7.x. And then finally, with Lua, and those of you that have the disk, you would be able to use this on an 11.02 system, mainly because, as you know, you can go ahead and use pppawn up to 11.0, and this would work all the way up to 12.02. Now, for the PlayStation 5, this would work on a 8.x all the way up to a 10.01 system. So anyways, I hope the information in this is helpful to some of you. We are in the very early stages, and of course, I'll be breaking this all down day by day as we go through it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Michael out.